I'm Mark Pifer, sports editor of the Virginian Review here in Covington, Virginia. And today we're going to talk a little bit about Valley League baseball. The Covington Lumberjacks in their 16th season in the Valley League. And for those of you not familiar with the Valley League, it's a league that was formed in 1897, became NCAA sanctioned in 1961, and a big move in 1993, it became a wooden bat league. As I mentioned, in 2001, the Lumberjacks franchise was started here in Covington, and 16 years later, it's going strong. And joining me today is, to my right, the head coach of the Covington Lumberjacks, Stock Ramirez, and to my left is Jose Carrera, who is a 3-year, just an outstanding performer for the Lumberjacks. Stock, first I'll talk to you. A lot of people don't understand. They come to games, but they don't understand the Valley League. These guys aren't getting paid. They're college athletes, and I guess their coaches expect them to play in the summertime. You may talk to about summer baseball and what college coaches perhaps are looking for when they send a kid to Covington.
Well, basically what they're looking for is for them to get a lot of playing time so they can develop their skills and become better baseball players and become better teammates in a higher environment, quality baseball against other competitive individuals. That's basically what it amounts to.
And the Valley League is year after year after year one of the top summer leagues around.
Yep, that is correct, and that's one of the reasons why I've always made it a point to come back here, because I love the competition, I love the atmosphere, and it's intense. So it gets everybody competitive juices flowing, and it keeps you on your toes all the time.
This is your third year in Covington. Your first year as the head coach. Talk to me about how a team is developed. There's no draft. It's up to an organization to build their own team, and a lot of teams do it different ways. But in Covington, it's the coach's responsibility. Tell me how you go about building a summer roster. And I know you, living in Miami, have relied on the talent there in South Florida a lot. But talk to me about building a roster for the summer.
Well, for me, it was more of a preference. Right. I like guys who are going to play, not going to be prima donnas, going to come out here, work hard, and they're going to be able to compete and just go with the flow and learn, are willing to learn. And that's basically who I am, so I wanted those type of players here this year.
Jose Carrera, to my left, he's out of Miami. He plays at Manhattan College, and this is his third year back in the Valley League. He's the Covington Lumberjack all-time hit leader with 143 hits. He just played in his second All-Star game. He's a two-time All-Valley Leaguer. You name it, Jose's done it in this league. And Jose, you're a very recognized figure, not only in Covington, but in the Valley League for a number of reasons. Number one, you put up numbers year after year after year. But number two is your size. You're listed at 5'2", 150. Not the typical baseball player that you think of. But tell me about overcoming those maybe stereotypes about being a small guy. In the major leagues now, you got Altuve, you got Pedroia, guys that play, your positions. And just tell me about overcoming that stereotype that, a guy that's not the 6'2", 225 guy can still play at a high level and hopefully, for you, plays professional baseball.
Yep. Well, first of all, I want to thank you for having me here, and I don't look at my size because that's how I motivate myself to be better, to be the best out on the field 24/7, and just people see my size. Oh, who's that little guy? Who's that little guy? And you know what? I just hear them and motivates me to show them up and tell them you know what? I'm little, but I'm gonna play out of my 100%, and I'm gonna try to be the best player every game.
Tell me about the life of a college baseball player. And I didn't realize it until the Valley League came to Covington. You guys are pretty much 12 months a year. You go to school in August, you play fall ball, you get maybe a little break, start that spring season. Probably for a guy like you came straight from college to Covington and probably won't have a whole lot of time before you go back to Manhattan to finish your eligibility. It's kind of a unique, as a college athlete, it's unique in that you're playing 12 months a year pretty much and not much home time.
It's a grind. It's a grind. It totally is. And the way I see it is, I'm preparing myself to play at the next level. So there's not gonna be off days. And when I do get those off days, I'm glad. But when I don't, I'm on the ball field grinding and trying to get better, because this game, it teaches you something new every day. And if you're not learning and you're not willing to like open up to coaches that want to help you out, you're not gonna succeed in this game. This game goes all around. It's like life. So.
Stock, we talked about you being here 3 years and Jose being here 3 years. It's kind of it's what the franchises in the Valley League kind of hang their hat on. Guys coming for 1 year, that's fine. But when you got guys keep coming back, that says something about not only the city but the organization. This your third year. Just what kind of keeps you coming back to Covington for a couple months every summer?
To be honest, the people. Just flat out the people. I enjoy the people here. They're fun-loving people. They care about you. They genuinely root for you. They keep you motivated. And that's one of the things when my first year here in the Valley League, I never realized how passionate the people here are, not only about the game, but also about each other. How they get together in time of crisis and basically help each other out. And that's something I wasn't used to, coming from a big city and all. So seeing that here, it just makes me feel welcome. It makes me truly feel blessed to be here.
Jose, same question to you. I know you and Stock have formed a great relationship, and what keeps you coming back? I know the crowds maybe not be the biggest in the Valley League, but there are certain people up there, and that we're taping this on a Thursday, and you guys play at 7. There's certain people that are going to be here when you come out of the locker room about 6 o'clock. There's certain people that are going to be here. They're going to be in the seat they're always in, and they're going to be hollering your name. What keeps you coming back?
It feels like family. It feels like home. It might not be home, but it feels home for me, especially playing in this crowd. Like, they're always here. It could be raining and they're still out here early, like looking for it, because they want to see this game and they enjoy watching us, and I enjoy playing in front of them, and it's just a great atmosphere.
You talk about you're being an upperclassman. You're kind of used to it now, but you talked about the next level, playing professional baseball. And for some of the younger guys that have just maybe completed a freshman year, or they redshirted in the freshman year, this is their first taste of playing baseball pretty much every day. And it takes them getting used to. Have you tried to mentor some of those guys about, this is what it's going to be like if you're able to achieve your goal of playing professional baseball? It's baseball pretty much 24/7.
Yes, sir. It's like we said from the beginning. It's gonna be a grind from the beginning, from the get-go, and you gotta be willing to accept that grind. And if you are willing to play at the next level, you got to go through it. And there is some tough times when you hit a slump and you're mad, you want to go home, you feel homesick sometimes, but it's just, you can't look at that aspect. You got to look at the aspect that you're given this opportunity to play this game that we all love, and in front of amazing crowd and amazing competition here in the Valley League, that you can't look at the negative side of it. You always got to look at the positive, even when everything is going against you. You got to just grind through it. It's a grind.
Stock, tell me about this guy. You guys have been together now for 3 summers. You're from the same, part of the country there in Miami. And Jose reminds me of a kid that does have something to prove, whether it be his size or whatever. He's got something to prove, and people that ride by Casey Field at 3 o'clock in the afternoon before a 7 o'clock home game and see Jose in the cage amongst other players, but Jose, seems like he's always here. That's kind of what the Valley League is. Just talk about your relationship with Jose and how he's made himself a better baseball player pretty much every summer.
Yeah, I mean, it's been an unbelievable relationship we have. Sometimes can get a little bit love and hate, because I truly get on him about everything, and he knows. I tell him all the time, we got to be perfect. And when I say we, I mean him, because of his size and what people always say. And to be honest with you, it's unfortunate that people don't see his heart, because that's the biggest thing this kid has. He's always up for the challenge. He's never run away from it. He's taking constructive criticism. No matter what I ever asked him to do or put him through, he's done it all and always exceeded my expectation. I told him the day after the All-Star game on the way back home when we got to the locker room, I said, I'm so proud of you, man. You've truly become an exceptional baseball player, and a guy that, it's been fun to watch and see you grow the way you've grown. And he knows I totally love the kid because of that. And the fact that he's so respectful and so mature about the whole situation, when other guys I know for a fact have basically walked away from it, and he doesn't.
And it's definitely, I'm sure it's a good thing that he's here. He's got that experience. He tries to help the younger guys. Not only does he help the younger guys, but he definitely helps you when you put that lineup down. We talked about it before. It's nice to put Jose Carrera in that one spot pretty much every night.
Yeah, it's the easiest part of my lineup making, just having him leading off and putting him at second base. Because I know once I have him there, everything else will fall into place. Because he's a leader. He is a leader. You know, he's become more of a leader this year than in years past. And I've told him he's grown a lot. And people look up to him. I told him, you know, be receptive to that. Be receptive that people want to respect you. Be receptive people admire you. People respect your talent. There's nothing wrong with that. He's a little too humble at times. And I tell him, I understand you want to be that way, but at the same time, you got to be a little bit on the cocky side, to get you over that next hump that you need to follow.
Yeah, you've built yourself a quality baseball team this summer, and probably in your 3 years, probably the best team we've had here in 3 years. And we talk so much about a different person every night that has stepped up for you guys. In general, the roster, you have to be pleased with the way the guys are playing.
Well, I'm ecstatic. I'm not pleased, to be honest with you, Mark. These guys have come in here and basically given me their all. Even when the guys were failing and not doing well at times, they stuck with it. They stuck with the grind. They accepted the criticism. They accepted the changes we asked them to make, and it's paying off for them now. And it just made it so much easier for us.
It's hard to believe a little bit over 3 weeks ago today was when the flood hit here in Covington and in West Virginia. And, certainly we as an organization, the Covington Lumberjacks, faced some challenges that day and the days coming. But, we had it easy compared to some people. But maybe talk about how the team accepted the fact that, with some stuff going on beyond their control, but they rallied, and quite frankly, since then, you've probably seen a better baseball team and maybe some better young men.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think one of the things that we stressed was the Garden's stress, and I stress, and the coaches stress. Okay. As far as the Garden basically stressed us, and we talked, and they made it a point to emphasize how bad other people's 10, 12 miles from here had it. And, we saw some of the footage, and it kept things in perspective. It didn't make us feel bad about ourselves, instead about what was going on and how fortunate we were, as to oppose how, unfortunate we was for losing some of the stuff, some of the equipment and all. So that really rallied us around and made us realize, life is too short to complain about little things.
And certainly that's true. And the Lumberjacks have been able to replace some equipment and on the baseball field. The Jacks will be at home on Sunday night and Monday night and Wednesday night of next week. So come down if you haven't seen a Lumberjack baseball game. Come down, hang out, eat some good food, drink some cold beverages, and enjoy Valley League baseball. Certainly thanks to Jose Carrera for your time and stock, as always. Thank you for being generous with your time. I know you're busy preparing for a home game tonight, but thank you guys for what you do. The Lumberjacks, again, in action. A couple more weeks left in the regular season, then it's playoff time, and we'll be right here to bring you all the action. I'm Mark Pifer, sports editor of the Virginian Review. Have a great day.